Good afternoon. I'm Kylie Crocus.
I'm Brendan Doherty, and this is the Voice of Duquesne Live. Now in sports. The Duquesne women's swimming and diving team opened their spring schedule on Saturday afternoon, falling 165 to 135 to Buffalo. The Dukes recorded 19 top 3 finishes on the day, highlighted by 8 gold medals. Sophomore Caitlin Connors earned the first, and many of her teammates followed suit. "I was happy with how we performed today in the pool," said head coach David Sheets. "We had some really nice swims coming off a week-and-a-half training camp." The Duquesne diving team also competed on Saturday afternoon in the 1 meter and 3 meter events. Senior Ashley Filitsky led the Dukes with a 4th-place finish and a score of 242. Diving coach Alexa Gonski voiced her optimism for the spring season. "I feel confident that they will only continue to improve throughout the second semester."
On Sunday, the Duquesne's women's basketball team fell short on the road at VCU, falling 61 to 54. The Dukes fell to 7-9 and 0-5 in conference play. Duquesne took a 50-43 lead into the fourth quarter and were still ahead 51 to 46 with 6 minutes and 16 seconds remaining. The Rams would go on a run in the final minutes, highlighted by 3-pointers by Sierra Griffin and Alexis Bordas, and going 4 for 4 from the free throw line late in the game. From there, the Dukes looked ahead to hosting George Washington at home on Wednesday night.
On Tuesday night, Duquesne's men's basketball team fell at home to Dayton by a score of 71 to 65. This was the Dukes' 3rd consecutive loss, falling to 9-8 overall and 1-3 in conference play. With 7:01 remaining, the Dukes trailed by 1 point, 51 to 50, until Dayton drilled 3-pointers on 4 consecutive possessions. Duquesne would go on a 6-0 run of their own, trimming the lead to 63-61, but the Flyers would pull away and seal the victory. Forward Alex Williams expressed urgency coming off of the loss, saying, "We just have to go back to the film and correct our mistakes and get ready for Saturday. Get back to work." Coach Drew Joyce had mixed feelings about his team's performance. "We could have done a better job defensively transition-wise, especially early in the half. I thought we were defending really, really well, but we let some run-outs where they got downhill early and wound up getting to the free throw line." On Saturday, the Dukes will travel to the Bronx to go up against Fordham at 12:30 p.m. Breaking news. This afternoon, an FBI investigation that goes back to 2024 accuses several students from various campuses shaving points during collegiate men's basketball games. The FBI accuses them of influencing the outcomes of games for betting purposes. Tune in next week for more details. Now, let's head over to Kylie Crocus with this week's weather.
Thanks, guys. Let's go look at the weather. So it's going to be a little bit cold. So Friday, we have cloudy skies with a high of 34 and a low of 17. Moving into the weekend this weekend, we are going to have rain, 60% chance of rain on Saturday with a high of 36 and a low of 35. Moving into Sunday, cloudy skies, no rain, but still cloudy skies, but it's a high of 25 and a low of 17. Moving into Monday, we have cloudy skies. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, by the way, very important. But we have cloudy skies, a high of 24 and a low of 12. Then we move into Tuesday, cloudy skies, high of 18 and a low of 9. I feel like the low should be 18. Moving into Wednesday, we have, again, cloudy skies with a high of 27 and a low of 11. Moving into Thursday to end off next week, finally seeing some sunshine with a high of 26 and a low of 12, so get your coats. Moving over into our friends in Rome, Italy. On Friday, we're going to see cloudy skies, but they have it a lot warmer with a high of 57 and a low of 42. On Saturday, to move into their weekend over in Rome, they have partly cloudy skies, a little bit of sun with high of 58 and a low of 40. I might need to go abroad, guys. I don't know. Moving into Sunday, 55% chance of rain with a high of 59 and a low of 43. Really warm. Even though it's raining, like they still get the warmth. I'm really jealous. Moving into Monday, 65% chance of rain with a high of 56 and a low of 45. For Tuesday, cloudy skies, no rain with a high of 54 and a low of 39. Wednesday, they have partly cloudy skies with a little bit of sun, high of 56 and a low of 40. Ending off their week over in Rome, they have partly cloudy skies again with a high of 54 and a low of 39. Now let's go see our friends in Dublin, Ireland. Looking at Friday, they have a 60% chance of rain. Who's surprised? With a high of 47 and a low of 37. Saturday for their weekends, they have cloudy skies with a high of 45 and a low of 38. Moving into Sunday, 65% chance of rain with a high of 45 and a low of 38 again. Moving into Monday to start off their week over in Dublin, they have 60% chance of rain with a high of 48 and a low of 43. On Tuesday, they're going to see a 60% chance of rain with a high of 46 and a low of 40. Moving over into Wednesday, they have a 75% chance of rain with a high of 48 and a low of 40. And to end off their week over in Dublin, partly cloudy skies, break from the rain with a high of 48 and a low of 43. Back to you guys. Volunteering can quickly change the way you see your city. At 2nd Avenue Commons, which is only a 12-minute walk away, you can work directly with individuals experiencing homelessness and make an impact on our community. 2nd Avenue Commons is a 24/7 shelter right near our home campus of Duquesne. Volunteers help by serving meals and supporting their safe space built on care, dignity, and respect. 2nd Avenue Commons is located at 700 2nd Avenue and offers 92 beds in group sleeping rooms with a personal hygiene facilities, space for pets, laundry, meals, and a storage facility. There is also additional space to accommodate 40 people during the winter months. These resources help guests meet their immediate needs while also working towards long-term stability. The shelter operates as a low-barrier facility, meaning guests are not required to meet strict conditions in order to receive support. One of our reporters, Madeline Grolmand, had the opportunity to volunteer and shared her experience with us. She said, "I think everyone should volunteer. It gives me a new perspective on my new home in Pittsburgh and how fortunate I am to be here. It's an experience that stays with you long after your shift ends. I met so many great people, and I urge other students to give some of their time back to our community." Students who are interested in volunteering at 2nd Avenue Commons have several ways to get involved. They welcome individual and group volunteers to help with meal services and other activities. If you're interested, please go to the 2nd Avenue Commons website or Pittsburgh Mercy's volunteer page to learn more about upcoming opportunities. No experience is required, so no excuses.
Last Saturday, country artist and Dean of Music Rachel Whitcomb performed her original songs in the all-night rodeo event to a packed crowd in the Mary Pappert School of Music. She was joined by Ryan Joseph on the fiddle, guitarist Dylan Bradley, Reed Connolly, and Jacob Zong, and bassist Stephen Benham, among several other guests, including students in the music school. Whitcomb is a local artist whose music has been described as an emotional side of country music. Her honest lyrics and deep themes, inspired by artists such as Leanne Womack and John Denver, have helped her be labeled as one to watch by the Nashville Songwriters Association International. Her vocals are usually accompanied by the steel guitar and fiddle, instruments used in more traditional country songs. While Whitcomb works as an artist, she also serves as an associate dean in the music school and describes it as a very welcoming place for a variety of music genres. She also co-writes and performs music with her students.
The Monday night football game here in Pittsburgh pushed the Texans into the next round of playoffs. Our Brendan Flato was on the scene to hear the thoughts of the fans.
All right, and we are out here in the parking lots at Acrisure Stadium ahead of tonight's Houston Texans versus Pittsburgh Steelers playoff game. We're going to be talking to the Steelers, Texans fans, everyone out here at the tailgates. So let's go see what they have to say. All right, where are you guys from?
Houston.
Houston? All right, what are you guys' thoughts on the game tonight?
It's cold.
It's not that cold.
No, I mean, it's going to be a great game. Both teams have really great defenses. Both teams have quarterbacks that can fail and can succeed really well. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be if the defense can get to the quarterback, whether it's you or me.
Yeah. I think our defense is going to have a good time.
So I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a defensive game. The over-under 38?
Yep.
I mean, I think it's an under. So.
How long have you guys been Steelers fans?
We're born into it. Our dad was a diehard Steelers fan because, growing up in the 70s, all you had was Dallas, Pittsburgh, and watching it on TV on the East Coast to watch. So.
Yeah, same. Grew up, all born, still a nation, all the way.
People saying the Texans defense is really good. Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be up to task tonight. What do you think about that?
I think we're talking about Aaron Rodgers right now, top 5 quarterback of all time. If there's anybody on the team I'm worried about, I'm not worried about Aaron Rodgers. I think the Texans defense, a little overhyped. I think we're DK back. I think we have in for going tonight.
All right, what are you guys' thoughts on today's game?
I'm a little scared about the defense. Their defense is really good, by far the best defense. But honestly, I think we got it. A-Rod just needs to lock in like he did back in 2011, and our defense got to play good.
What do you think?
DK is giving belt. Stingley ain't covering nothing. It's over with. Texans defense, terrible.
Texas defense terrible. All right.
I mean, number one defense in the league right now, but that don't matter when you play in Pittsburgh. Come on now.
If CJ Stroud was standing right next to you, what's your message to him before this game?
Be scared. That's it.
I said go Bucks, but not tonight. I think team.
Let's go Steelers!
What's your message to CJ Stroud?
Throw 3 interceptions.
Good, I like it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes. Under 100 passing yards. Yes.
What do you think the score's gonna be?
I'm going to go with 21-17 Steelers.
I'm gonna go with a surprising 35-21 Steelers.
Okay. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Let's go Steelers.
What if you could give a message to CJ Stroud before this game? What are you telling him?
Well, I love the Buckeyes, so I wish CJ the best of luck. But Steelers gonna win, and we're gonna do it in famous fashion. Let's go.
What's your score prediction?
I'm gonna say 27-20.
And who's making the big play to win the Steelers the game tonight?
DK, your boy, dude.
Where are you from?
Texas.
Texas?
Yeah.
You're not a Texans fan, though, a Steelers fan?
No.
What's your message to CJ Stroud?
Let me in the game. I want a piece of him.
Okay. What's your message to CJ Stroud?
Enjoy the cold. Dude, Pittsburgh's a wonderful city, but I don't think he's going to get to enjoy it too long because it's going to be a struggle.
Who do you think's making the big play to get the Steelers to win tonight?
I'm going to say A-Rod's going to have 4 touchdowns. A-Rod to DK, 68-yard touchdown.
What do you guys think about the game tonight?
We're excited. We're nervous. We've never won a road playoff game, but the Steelers have also lost 6 straight from what we're hearing. I don't know.
Except for last week.
I'm hyped for it. It should be close. It should be close.
What do you think?
Like D'Amico said, I think it's going to be old school football. I think it's going to be a defensive game, low scoring.
All right, that's going to do it for us out here at the Pittsburgh Steelers tailgates ahead of the game between the Steelers and the Texans. Monday night NFL wildcard football. Shout out Will behind the camera. My name is Brendan Flato. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Brendan. On Tuesday, January 13th, the Senior Vice President for Student Life, Dr. Leanna, along with the Center for Student Involvement, hosted a thought-provoking, social, productive event to kick off the new year. This event was called Lattes with Dr. Leanna. At this event, students were prompted to share a goal they had for the semester or for the new year altogether. In return, participants were offered a coupon for a free drink at Starbucks. Free Starbucks is something everyone can appreciate, especially college students. So, the coupon is definitely a great way to get students to come to this event. Megan Schobert, a student who came to the event, said, "I came because of the coffee, but I think the purpose of the event is important to help students follow through with their goals. It's important to take action when considering future plans, but steps like this actually increase confidence towards a goal." Duquesne student Addison Wessel said, "The event really made me think deeper about what specific steps I could make towards my goal. I hadn't really thought that deeply about it until going to this. Thanks to Dr. Leanna and the Center for Student Involvement, students have more faith in their ability to pursue their goals for the future." The Woman of the Hour, Dr. Leanna, said research shows if you write down your goals and you're committed to your goals in very specific ways, you're more likely to achieve them and obtain them. So, exercises like this just help people think reflectively and commit to actions that will actually help them do their goals. Alongside being a great way to support students on the path to accomplishing their goals, it also serves as a reminder of Dr. Leanna's love for students. As Senior Vice President for Student Life, it's important to show a genuine interest in the students that Dr. Leanna works for. She said, "The goals for this event are twofold. One, I just want to have a presence with students so people know that there are friendly people on campus who love you and care, and that we're accessible. We're here to support your success." This specific event, speaking about goals in the beginning of the year, every student has academic goals, personal goals, or life goals, and we just want to inspire thinking about those goals critically and using campus resources that can help you achieve your goals. She certainly knows her students, and what's a better way to say "I'm here for you" than to reward students for taking steps towards a successful future. With this event, Dr. Leanna brought forward her unconditional care for the students of Duquesne, her bright personality, an interest for each individual student who came to share their goals with her, and topped it off with something loved all across the globe, coffee. This wasn't Dr. Leanna's first event, and it certainly won't be her last, so be sure to look out for more events like this one.
A mental health organization on campus opened their first meeting back with a great way to relieve stress. Our Betsy Bodwin has more with this story.
On Monday night, Duquesne's chapter of the Hidden Opponent kicked off the new year with a meeting including plate smashing.
So the Hidden Opponent is like a national organization mainly focused on mental health, stigma, advocacy, and all that stuff around student athletes specifically. But here on campus, we welcome anybody, student athlete or not. So we do a lot of mental health awareness stuff. We do some self-love stuff and just a bunch of different activities to just kind of work around our mental health.
We do a lot of like toolkit stuff of like how to help a friend who's in need, how to like help yourself on a day that you're struggling, and kind of like what signs to look out for. But then we're also trying to do activities around campus, such as like awareness.
Some events the club will host later this semester includes chalking positive messages around campus, suicide prevention walk, another awareness game, and reading day yoga.
So we did this last year, and it was so much fun. And we thought with like the new year kind of timing, it's good to kind of write down all the things you wanted to kind of leave behind, let go of, to kind of start on the new journey of 2026.
Yeah, to start 2026 on a fresh page and kind of leave what you want to leave in the past and hopefully have a better year.
Yeah.
The club's next meeting is February 9th and will be focused on love and finding your identity. I'm Betsy Bodwin with the Voice of Duquesne Live, signing off.
Thanks, Betsy. In Pennsylvania, potholes are just a constant presence. They have become just a part of the scenery. Our Brendan Flato took to the streets to see if he could find the biggest pothole close to the bluff.
Thousands of people drive every day in Pittsburgh, but they all have one common problem: too many potholes. The city estimates that annually they have to fix around 8,000 potholes, and in a month like this, they could be joined by 1,700 new potholes. That's crazy. Today, I'm hitting the streets to find the worst potholes and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 in the whole city. Well, at least in walking distance from campus. All right, we are out here at the corner of Marion and Forbes here in Pittsburgh. We've got a nice little pothole here. I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. Not the worst. They give you a nice little ramp here to go up so you don't totally flatten both of your tires as you go over it. You might mess up your alignment, but not the worst pothole we've got here in the city. Here at 5th and Pride, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a pothole, it's Rocky Road. We've got my friend Patrick the pothole, Paul the pothole. I would give that one a 3 out of 10. I don't really think it's going to be causing too many problems. And then over here, this one, Paul could get you. If you're going down the left lane here on 5th Ave, maybe it's after a Penguins game, it's dark, you're trying to move quickly, you could run right over Paul, flat tire, you're going to be here an extra 3 hours, so you didn't want to be at the Penguins game. Ladies and gentlemen, Voice of Duquesne Live viewers across the world, we have a new leader in the clubhouse for worst pothole in Pittsburgh. We're giving this one an 8 out of 10. It's located at 1100 5th Ave, right outside PPG Paints. You know, if you don't get hit by the first one like this van, as I was saying, if you don't get hit by the first one right here, you're sure going to get hit by the big boy over here. He is going to take out your tire. You're spending an extra 4 hours at the Penguins game when you just want to go home. All right, we are here on 6th Ave, right before Forbes Ave, right near Diamond Street. We've got a pretty good one. This one is another 8 out of 10. Right as you're about to get on the highway here, you're going to hit a pothole. You're not getting on the highway anymore. You're not going home yet because you hit another Pittsburgh pothole. Ladies and gentlemen, we found the worst pothole in Pittsburgh. Not this one. This one's bad. This one's a 3 out of 10. Not the worst. Not the best, obviously. It's a pothole. This one right here, 9 out of 10. We're at Stevenson and Forbes, right outside the firehouse, UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse, Duquesne University, right on the corner. This is a bad one. I've seen this one take out multiple cars just standing here for the past 5 minutes. Anyone trying to go up towards Bluff Street, Mercy Hospital, they're hitting this pothole, and there's nothing they can do about it because it doesn't get much better over there. Worst pothole, somebody's about to hit me with a car, so I'm going to move. You saw that? They hit the pothole. Point proven. There you have it. We've uncovered the worst potholes in the city of Pittsburgh. If you would like to report a pothole in the city of Pittsburgh, call 311 and report the pothole and its location, and the city might fix it. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Brendan. Our Morgan Carr had the opportunity to sit down with Dr. Sarah Barron from the Gumberg Library to dive into her life inside and outside of the library.
Thanks, guys. And today I'm here with Dr. Sarah Barron, who is the Dean of Libraries here at Duquesne University. So let's get right into it. So what exactly does the Dean of Libraries actually mean?
Oh gosh, well thank you for asking, Morgan, and thank you for having me here today. The Dean of Libraries is the person who leads the libraries at a university, and I've been doing this here at Duquesne for about 10 years, and I love it. I may be biased, but I think I have the best job on campus, and that's because I get to work in an awesome library with an awesome team every day. So my job fundamentally is to lead the library, provide strategic vision, manage all of the operations and the budget, and really make sure that we're fulfilling the promises that we make to the students, that we will serve them and provide them their information needs while they're here at Duquesne.
Yeah, and how exactly did you find out that you wanted to spend your life doing this? And what did your academic path kind of lead up to this job?
Mm-hmm. Well, my academics were pretty traditional in the beginning. I was doing the math, and I have either been at a university as a librarian or as a student, or both, for 35 of the last 38 years. So I am definitely in the right job. My first job out of college was in a special library, and I learned quickly that if I wanted to do my job well, I needed to become trained to be a librarian. So I got a library degree, and then I shifted over to academic libraries, and I've been there ever since. And one of the things I love about academic libraries is that we truly get to engage with students and make a difference in their success.
Yeah, and kind of growing up, did you always kind of have a passion for reading in libraries, or what kind of led you to the path at first?
Yeah, I did. I am a typical librarian in that way, or stereotypical, I guess I should say. I loved reading, and I still do. I read quite a bit. But more than that, more than just the literature and being around literature, it's organizing information and organizing it in a way that others can find it and that others can use it, and sort of teaching people how to use information accurately, how to evaluate information. That's one of the really fun aspects of being a librarian.
Yeah, and so as your time here has gone on, the library has gone on under a lot of changes.
Yeah.
What are you specifically most proud of?
Well, thank you for saying that. The library has gone through a lot of transformations over the last 10 years. And one of the things I'm proud of is the spaces that we've been able to greatly improve and enhance for students. They love the new 4th floor renovation. Every seat is taken. Students love having the curriculum center right there front and center when they walk in the library. And so I'm really proud that we were able to create a space that students love and that students are proud of. I'm also really proud of the services that we provide and the fact that we have been able to provide some new, innovative types of services that benefit our students greatly. So with our open access materials, with our open educational resources, those really do benefit students. So I'm proud of those as well.
Yeah, and you kind of touched on it, but what exactly are these unconventional services that the library has?
Sure. Well, one is our Duquesne Scholarship Collection. So this is an open access information repository. And basically, this is a website where we put scholarship and research from the campus community, including a lot of award-winning student scholarship and student publications. What's really cool about it is it's open access. Anybody all over the world can use it. And in fact, since we started it, it's had close to 4 million downloads. So that is research and scholarship that people, sometimes that's the only way they can access it. So that is really cool. We also do a lot with open educational resources, and these are materials that are free or low cost for students. And so we have a fellowship program where we have faculty actually write their own textbooks that they're going to put online, and these are freely available. So students in those classes don't have to pay for their books. So it's a huge initiative for textbook affordability. It's also a win for our faculty who can get their research out there and their textbooks out there. So we love working with open resources. One other unconventional service that we have is our Library of Things. And this is a collection of things that students can check out that are not books. They are resources that can augment a class, so a student can get media equipment or things they might need for a class. It's also resources that students can use to create new things. So we have sewing machines, we have a Raspberry Pi for electronics, we have engravers, we have crochet stuff, we have all of that, and we also have fun stuff, so fun things, so karaoke machines, games, gaming systems, board games, things that students might really be able to use and have fun with, but they don't necessarily want to pay for them. So those are just a few examples of kind of unconventional or new and innovative services that we have at Gumberg.
Yeah, and I think that's really like allowing students to take full advantage of everything, especially on campus. But with that, what special events does the library plan on hosting this semester?
Oh, definitely. Thank you for asking that, because we've tried really hard to have events that link students with their academics but also their interests. So we have a wonderful exhibition right now in the library called From Darkness to Light, Mosaics of Healing and Hope. And it consists of about 40 mosaics created by artists from around the country that commemorate the Tree of Life massacre in October 2018. These mosaics are so powerful and beautiful and just amazing works of art, and we truly are honored that we've been selected to host this exhibition. We're in the process right now of confirming some programming with faculty here on campus and with partners in the community to really have help students have conversations about what happened, and most importantly, how we can make sure it doesn't happen again. So that's one really exciting event, and those mosaics are up right now. They'll be up through the end of March. Our Social Justice Reading Club is going to be reading a book called The Serviceberry by Robin Wall Kimmerer. The Social Justice Reading Club has been around for 5 or 6 years, and every semester we read a book that deals with a social justice issue and try to have meaningful conversations around those topics. So the Serviceberry is about something called the gift economy, and it's about working with each other with reciprocity and generosity. So we think it's a much needed topic to talk about today. We also have National Library Week coming up in April. That's a time that we, along with libraries all over the country, celebrate being a library. And I just hot off the presses, I just got an email this morning about some trainings that we're going to be having to help students utilize the resources at the library. So we'll have training on Covidence, training on Duke Search, how to use video resources in the classroom, and then accessing textbook platforms in health sciences. So anyone who's interested in any of those events or trainings should really be following our social media to get up-to-date information on those.
Yeah. Is the social media the best way to kind of stay up with all events?
It really is. Yeah, it really is. And we post all of our events there. The website, of course, has our hours every day, hours that may or may not change based on holidays or weekends, things like that.
And, or keep talking about libraries. Why is it so important that we have libraries today, especially on a college campus?
Yeah. Well, I think what makes it the most important, the reason why it's important to have a library on a college campus is because the library serves everyone on campus. We are a hub for intellectual exploration on campus, but also gathering and community. Our vision is to be that central location and hub for Duquesne. We want to connect people with the resources they need. We want to connect people with each other through these interdisciplinary and cross-departmental events and activities. We want to promote intellectual curiosity and stimulate research, world-class research, through our collections and research methodologies. So having a library on a campus is necessary. It is part of the community, a vital part of the community, and it's a place where everyone belongs.
Yeah, and everyone certainly belongs in the Duquesne Library, especially when you have the new addition of the College of Medicine library. What exactly does that mean to have a library just dedicated to those students?
Yeah, well, it is so necessary because medical students have some very specific study requirements. They have very specific schedules and testing schedules, and so having an updated medical library space is actually something we have to do for accreditation. But more than that, we want our medical students, like all of our students, to succeed. And so having that dedicated space gives them not only a place to study and communicate together, it also provides some of their classrooms. So the rooms that are in the medical library are an extension of their classrooms from the medical school building. And having that space, it's important for them to be successful doctors at some point. We also know that all of our students have access to the rest of the library, and certainly we've tried to create spaces in the library for all of the other students as well. There are quiet floors, there are conversation floors, and I think regardless of what students are studying, they can find a place in Gumberg where they will be comfortable and can gather with their friends.
Yeah. And just to kind of finish off, what is something that you want people to know about either you or the library itself?
Well, I guess I would conclude by saying that the library has a phenomenal team of employees. Team Gumberg consists of 35 to 40 employees on any given day, based on sort of fluctuations in staffing. Our librarians are faculty, and so they work closely with students on their research needs. They also plan and teach the Bridges 100 and 103 courses. So we do engage a lot with students in the classroom. We also have a dedicated team of administrators and center directors, like our Curriculum Center, the University Archives, and the Phenomenology Center. Those are all places where advanced research happens, or very specific research needs. And we have a phenomenal team of frontline staff. We hire anywhere from 20 to 30 or more students every semester, and they keep the doors open. So I guess I want people to know how committed Team Gumberg is to student success. We're committed to building those authentic relationships that are so vital to the mission of Duquesne, and we are here to serve. So we welcome everyone to come into Gumberg. We want everyone to feel like they belong there, and if there are issues, they can reach out directly to me, and I'll see what I can do to help.
Perfect. Well, we look forward to hearing more about Team Gumberg. So thank you for being here with me today, and stay tuned for more updates. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Morgan. Now from Provost Dawsey's Academic Insights. Join Gumberg librarians for this webinar on Covidence, a platform for managing literature review and evidence synthesis workflows. This webinar is designed for users who want to learn how Covidence can simplify and streamline the review process. It will be held on January 29th from 3 to 4 p.m. Please join Dr. Nicole Vilkner from the Mary Pappert School of Music for an informal session about her forthcoming article that illustrates how sound artifacts like archival clips, field recordings, and reconstructed soundscapes can be used to teach local history to the public. The session will be held on January 27th from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m.
Facilitated by Jim Purdy, Writing Center and English Department, This virtual workshop will walk attendees through the 4D and other approaches to managing email, as well as time management, organization, and writing strategies for more efficient and effective emailing. It will be held on January 28th from 2 to 2:45 p.m. I'm Kylie Crocus.
I'm Brendan Doherty. We hope to see you next Thursday.